Hi everyone. Given a function and one of its zeros, in our case we have 2 minus I, and this is our function, we're going to find all the zeros of the function. So before we start, if 2 minus I is a zero, then 2 plus I is also a zero, because that's the complex conjugate. Now, what we want to do is if these are two factors, and we can have up to 4 basically, I'm going to write this as x minus 2 minus I times x minus 2 plus I. Next step I'm going to do is go ahead and distribute that negative. Negative times a negative. And then do it again. Negative times a positive is a negative. And then basically what I'm doing is I'm using my associative property, and I'm going to move my parentheses here. And by doing that, what I have is basically an A plus BI times a A minus BI. I have this right here. And that's going to equal A squared plus B squared. In our case, our A is x minus 2, and our B is 1. So let's fill that in. That means this part right here is just going to be x minus 2, that's your A, square it, plus, so we did our A, now do our 1 squared. Expanding this gives us x minus 4x plus 4 plus 1, which simplifies to x, what says a squared? X squared minus 4x plus 5. All right, so it's pretty easy to get the hang of this when you have something like this. Now what we're going to do is take this and divide. Polynomial division. So we have x squared minus 4x plus 5, and then we're going to write our dividend here, x to the 4th minus 5x cubed plus 8x squared minus x minus 5. Now, what times x squared gives me x to the 4th, and that's going to be x squared. So put the x squared there, and then multiply. So x squared times x squared is x to the 4th. Then we're going to have minus 4x cubed plus 5x squared. And then just like with any division, you subtract. I put this in parentheses because I'm subtracting each piece. So negative 5, this is going to go away. That gives you 0. So negative 5 minus a negative is plus. So that's going to give you negative x cubed. 8 minus a positive 5 is going to be plus 3x. And then we bring down this negative x. Then we repeat. So the next one we need is negative x cubed. So this is going to be negative x. And multiply that, and we're going to get negative x cubed plus 4x minus 5x. All right. And let's subtract. So this goes away. You get negative x. And then we have... where's my square? This is squared, sorry. So negative x squared. And this is going to be plus 4x. And then we bring down the negative 5. And one more time. So basically, we're going to, we need a negative x squared. So we're going to do negative 1. And so that's negative x squared plus 4x minus 5. And that gives us our 0. All right. So basically, this is the other factor. Now, this can't be factored, so we're going to have to use the quadratic formula on this. So let's do that. And for the quadratic formula, we have x equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. And we had x squared minus x minus 1. I'm just going to double check. Yes. All right. So in our case, our a, I'll put it here, equals 1. Our b is negative 1. And our c is negative 1. So using the quadratic formula, you get negative b, that's just going to be positive 1, plus or minus square root of negative 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 1. All right, now that's going to give you 1 plus or minus square root of 1 plus 4, and that's 5. All divided by, oops, we forgot to divide by 2. So divide by 2. All right, now this gives you x equals 1 plus or minus square root. Okay, this is 1 plus 5, or 1 plus 4. That gives you 5 divided by 2. So finally, this is your two solutions. It's going to be 1 plus square root of 5 divided by 2 and 1 minus square root of 5 divided by 2. And your other two solutions are x equals 2 minus I and x equals 2 plus I. So there are your 4 solutions. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.